Now, if you're anything like me, then years ago when the Hazbin Hotel pilot released, you watched it and you thought it was really good. And if you're even more like me, then you're also a dumb kid who didn't understand what good writing was. Regardless of that, after 4 long, and I mean long, years, and 2 seasons of my least favorite indie show, we have the first season of Hazbin Hotel. So I recently decided to throw away my cognitive thinking skills, and I watched all 8 released episodes of Hazbin Hotel. Is Hazbin Hotel worth your time to watch? Is it good in any way, shape, or form? Well, be patient, asshole. I'm getting to that.
It seems you're my friend. I really like my friend.
Now let me introduce you to our main characters. Our hopeful main character. She started the Hazbin Hotel with the hopes of rehabilitating demons so they can go to heaven, a goal most do not believe in.
The fuck you mean, nah?
But she truly loves, so she pushes forward.
I am a man who's gay.
Our hopeful main character's sidekick. And they also are kissing. Yup, these two are together. And that's Vaggie's most interesting trait. She's just a caricature of a strong woman in my opinion, and she doesn't have much depth until the 6th episodes. But more on that later. Our star.
Gay, you like niggas.
He acts in adult films and is my favorite person to join the hotel to get rehabilitated. He's also my favorite character, but more on that later too.
Just come to make sure your baby's okay.
Probably the fan favorite character, and my second favorite character. One of the strongest demons in hell, a prior radio host working for the hotel for his own entertainment. He is technically the 3rd staff member, but he also brings along 2 other staff members. Nifty is the housekeeper, and she is meant to be the cutesy crazy girl. I fucking hate those characters, so I fucking hate Nifty. Fuck you, Nifty.
You're scaring me.
Husk is a demon cat bartender and a prior overlord, but now he's just a measly bartender because his soul belongs to Alastor. Anyways, that covers just about all the main characters, but I guess I can't put it off anymore. So now it's time for
Hey man, you need to sit your mother.
an overture. Charlie meets with Adam from the Bible. After her dad requests she takes his place, and hijinks ensues. Adam, from the Bible, moves the annual demon extermination to take place every 6 months. There are also 2 songs.
There's 2 of them.
And they were both just okay. But get used to the songs. There are 2 every episode, which I did not know. But this episode wasn't great. In animation and writing, it's better than most indie shows, but that honestly isn't saying much. But luckily, Vivzy Pop was smart enough to introduce a good overarching plot point and antagonist for once in her life, which is Adam, from the Bible, and him moving up the extermination date. Other than that, we have an okay side plot where Vaggie and the others try to make a commercial for Charlie. Though I've already started noticing stuff in this episode, like how I don't like Vaggie's voice actress, or how the songs here were actually catchy, unlike in Hell of a Boss where they were an actual complaint. Here they were bops just as many times as they weren't. I even saw that Angel Dust's voice actor voices Jax, which is fucking hilarious because I don't like Jax's voice, but he knocks it out of the park with Angel. But that makes sense, to be honest. Hazbin Hotel is worth more money, so he probably cares more about Hazbin Hotel than he does about the digital circus.
I'm gonna make you suck my 12-inch cock.
Have fun scrubbing through this, editor.
I hate my life.
I hate your life too, dude.
In this episode, the main plot point is that the hotel took in Sir Pentious. We are also introduced to this beef between Alastor and a TV head named Vox. They used to be competing radio hosts, if memory serves, and now Vox is a multimedia empire of videos. But Alastor does it the old-fashioned way, which leads to a banger song, and also the reveal, I think, of Alastor's demon form. Now, unfortunately, we were introduced to my least favorite character aside from Nifty. Fuck you, Nifty. In episode 2, we were introduced to Valentino. Just take Hell of a Boss and roll it into the blunt that is Valentino's humor. Now, there is a direct comparison I can make to Hell of a Boss, and that is their take on abusive relationships. And surprisingly, Hell of a Boss did it better. Hell of a Boss was much more subtle with it mostly, because if they just constantly showed the physical abuse like they did in Hazbin Hotel, it would have had a lot less impact than it did. They made sure it was subtle and slow, which is something Hazbin Hotel did not take the luxury of doing. Overall, it was better than episode 1, but the episode itself was not great. Editor Milkman here. I don't know who the fuck I thought I was kidding. I actually like episode 2 and episode 1. So, I mean, my other review is going to be more accurate, but don't take my word for it on episode 1 and 2. Those 2 are actually pretty fucking good.
This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Not much happens in this episode, all things considered. So instead of explaining the plot in detail, this is what happened in a bullet-pointed list.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
The hotel starts training exercises to bring everyone together at the hotel. Vaggie is meant to have character development, but it's ruined because instead of learning to keep trying and learning in the face of failure, she learns to give up because you have your girlfriend and maybe your idea will actually just work anyway. Alastor goes to a meeting with Hell's overlords, and we found out that an overlord named Carmilla Carbine killed the angel, if you remember that in episode 1. Wait, I didn't fucking mention that. Am I a dumbass?
That's what I'm saying.
That concludes my list, but I did learn that Alastor is an overlord, which I didn't know. I thought he was just a really strong radio host. And on a negative note, Vaggie is just a strong woman caricature and is really annoying.
This guy hates
Vaggie from Hazbin Hotel.
They treat giving a character real depth like it's the fucking plague. I'm not gonna lie, I hated this episode.
That ain't no woman. It's a man.
This episode is about Angel Dust's abusive relationship with his boss, and it involves Husk helping him get over it. Yeah, that's it really. Now, this episode has nothing to really talk about, so instead of just saying a bunch of fluff, I jammed my notes into a super complex AI reviewer that isn't ChatGPT, I promise. So here's what that AI had to say.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
In assessing the characters of the show, the feedback suggests a desire for more depth among the cast, particularly calling attention to Husk's ability to the fuck does that word say? To sufficiently critique everyone in a single sentence. Despite this, Angel Dust stands out as the sole character praised for possessing complexity, possibly indicating a need for more intricate character development. Additionally, there is a positive remark about the vibrant colors used in this episode. However, criticism is directed towards Charlie, perceived as acting foolishly, and a comparison to Hell of a Boss suggests that this episode may lack subtlety. Nonetheless, the episode is acknowledged for its ability to evoke discomfort in the viewer, demonstrating a certain level of engagement. Furthermore, the comments highlight the positive reception of individual characters, with both Angel Dust and Husk recognized as well-crafted and engaging figures. Surprisingly, Surprisingly? The fuck do you mean surprisingly? I'm nice! Whatever. Surprisingly, a commendation is given to an argument presented within the episode, suggesting a well-executed storytelling. However, concerns arise about a potential romantic development between Husk and Angel Dust, which is perceived as a potential detriment to the narrative. Finally, the critique extends to the action sequences, deemed to be somewhat mediocre, and a comparison draws parallels between Charlie and the less favorable aspects of SpongeBob SquarePants' character. In other words, I didn't want Angel Dust and Husk to get together, and Charlie was annoying as shit. Thanks to the super complex AI that isn't ChatGPT, Alright, for episode 5, I guess I just didn't put down anything from my notes that weren't detrimental to the episode, so you're just gonna get the episode, I guess. This episode is about Charlie's dad visiting the hotel and Charlie trying to convince him to give her a meeting with Heaven, and surprisingly enough, they did a really good job. Alastor and Lucifer's beef is really good, the motives and undertones are great, and one of the songs is one of my favorite songs as of recently. The other song sucks, but the first one's really good, and even better, they made a Devil Went Down to Georgia reference, so it's even better! Oh, and there's also solving Charlie's daddy issues, which have just been implied up until now, but they gave some decent reasons for the having problems. But who really fucking cares, because the Devil Went Down to Georgia's in it. I honestly think this episode alone makes the show worth watching. I didn't even jot down many notes because I was just enjoying the episode. Best episode so far, hands down. This episode is centered around a court case between Charlie and Heaven where they decide if demons can be rehabilitated and be allowed into heaven, where a prominent heavenly figure who I can't remember the name of learns about the annual extermination and stands with Charlie. We also see the fruits of Angel Dust's labors. Oh, and needless to say, but Charlie loses the case, and apparently extermination is next week, so Charlie is kind of boned here. We also learn that Vaggie used to be an angel, and she was cast out because she saved a demon. So yeah, I still don't like Vaggie. We also see Cherry Bomb, a character who was in the 2019 pilot episode, and she takes the hotel members, not including Alastor, out for a night on the town, where Charlie has to rely on Angel Dust playing by the rules of Heaven, which he does, and it's a really good character moment for Angel Dust and Charlie. But out of every note for the first part of this finale, my most important one was this. I'd fuck Adam, from the Bible, henchwoman. Great shit, man. Huh? This episode is about Charlie and Vaggie settling the reveal from last episode that Vaggie's an exorcist. And they're also gearing up for war with Heaven. Vaggie going out to learn from Carmilla Carbine how to kill an angel, if you remember that from episode 3. Which you wouldn't, because I didn't fucking talk about that, you idiot. And Charlie goes off to recruit Cannibal Town, which saying out loud sounds really stupid, but regardless, a really cool thing happened in this episode. Charlie and Alastor made a deal. Charlie does Alastor a favor whenever he likes, and he gives her vital information for stopping Heaven's exorcist, and she takes it. So yeah, if you couldn't guess it by now, Adam, from the Bible, is now officially the main villain of the series. On top of that, heavens to Betsy, we have a massive step up in writing for this episode. And they really made sure to use the voice actor's talents for this episode, aside from Vaggie. It really feels like her actress doesn't care about this character. That, or she just can't voice act. All things considered, I enjoyed this episode. I didn't like either of the songs.
Editor Milkman again. That's not true either. I actually really like Ready for This. You should listen to that song. It fucking slaps. Anyway, that's all. Back to the video.
I still don't like Vaggie or Nifty. Fuck you, Nifty. But Vaggie did become a little bit more likable. Still one of my least favorite characters, though. But on to the finale.
Imaginary technique.
This episode is about the fight with Heaven's exorcists and their leader, Adam, from the... Now, I know I usually save if I like the episode for the end, but I gotta say, I fucking loved this episode. I was so hyped seeing the fights. The budget for action had to have gone mostly into this. And it was so worth it, because this action had me kicking my feet like a goddamn schoolgirl. I honestly don't know where to start. I think Adam, from the... was characterized very well. He actually seemed like an asshole, instead of in episode 1 where he seemed like a fucking pimp.
Mr. Adam, sir.
Call me Dickmaster. Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Except now they handle him well, which is really nice because the concept of Adam is really cool on its own. And then there was Sir Pentious, who was fully developed into a good person in this episode, giving his life to the fight with Heaven. And in turn, he gets to go to Heaven, which was very satisfying character development for him. They also brought back Vox, even though he just talked shit the entire time. Like in the Alastor versus Adam fight, which was fucking hype. He would just comment on what happened in the episode. We even got to see Lucifer at the very end. He came to Charlie's aid before Adam from
Shut up!
can kill her, where Lucifer toys with Adam and then absolutely fucks him up. He even gave him that Omni-Man special. However, even Hercules has his weak spots, and in this episode, it was that Nifty was able to kill Adam. Fuck you, Nifty. I should also probably mention that we learned Charlie's mom is Lilith, but that seems more like it was meant for season 2, so I don't really care. Now, there are also some other notes that I have for this episode, such as Alastor quite literally hitting a domain expansion, or how for the life of me, I could not figure out Terry Bomb's accent.
I'm trying to fight here. You out of your fucking mind? That was kind of hard.
And it has bothered me since her reveal.
It's nothing fat, but ignore bro's yapping. Every day he's got a new cat. Yuki at the toothless. He's the trend that got before that.
Now, I have to admit, I waited 4 years for this show, and after re-watching Hell of a Boss, I was worried this show would be complete and utter ass. And to be honest, I liked Hazbin Hotel, and I recommend you watch it. It feels like Amazon Prime kept Vivzy Pop in check before she could go off and absolutely ruin this show. I'm not sure if this is necessarily worth the 4-year-long wait, but I still enjoyed my time with it. But I guess I should probably rank the episodes now, huh?
Because number 9 was number 8, which you'll need to know the context for this next number because it's number 5 for
8. Overture. 7. Scrambled eggs. 6. Hello, Rosie. 5. Welcome to Heaven. 4. Video killed the radio star. 3. Masquerade. 2. Dad beat dad. 1. The show must go on. And now that I have thoroughly spoiled this TV show, you should go watch it. It was worth my time, and it'll definitely be worth yours. Because let's be honest, I probably have more going on than you.